Hello, everybody. It's Saturday morning here where I am in Labyrinthium, Ohio. Getting ready to go to work at the so-called day job. Remembering Dallas Mayor, a.k.a. Jack Ketchum. Again, as I woke up, his birthday was yesterday. He's deceased. He was a friend of mine, and saying so is bragging. And I wanted to share two memories of Dallas that nag at me whenever he comes up in my mind, or that I think of sharing. The first is Dallas and I both went to Emerson College in Boston, and in fact we lived in the same building, in the same dorm, at Emerson, 100 Beacon Street, the building that my friends and I called 100 Gate. Which is an in-joke for Emersonians. So at some point, many, many years later, I got wise enough to the history of my favorite band, the Velvet Underground, to realize they'd played in that neighborhood a bit during the period of time that Dallas lived there. He was class of 1969 at Emerson. So the next time I saw him, it was at a Nikon, I think, or Rock and Shock in Worcester. Those are pretty much the only places I've ever hung out with Dallas. I asked him, you must have had the chance to see the Velvet Underground playing back in the day. It's like, Dallas was like, yeah, I saw them play bar shows, cafe shows several times, right there in that neighborhood around Beacon Hill. And I was like, could you tell how good they were? Because the Velvet Underground were the very best, and they were radical. I don't know what they sounded like when they happened. So this is what I asked Dallas. Could you tell how good they were? In reference to the Velvet Underground. And Dallas said, well, yeah, but here's the thing. That wasn't rare at that time. There was so much radical and interesting and incredibly advanced rock and roll going on in those days that the Velvet Underground, being the Velvet Underground, actually was not a shock or out of step, or didn't particularly even stand out from what was going on musically all around all the time. And noises, the two cats ruining this video. So the other thing is that I'm a screenwriter. Sometimes I have to admit to a couple of credits in that line, and I used to bug Dallas about writing screenplays of a couple of his books, but mainly I would bug him about Off Season, because Off Season is one of those books that is popular enough in such a way and in such circles that somebody is always optioning it and trying to make a movie of it, and it's a tricky adaptation apparently, because nobody's ever pulled a script together that's any good. So I would bug Dallas, hey, I'm ready to write Off Season, and he would say, there's guys standing in line with money waiting for the chance to fuck it up next, so you're not on that list. So but 3 or 4 times when I brought this up with Dallas, he said sort of offhandedly to me, you should write a screenplay based on one of my westerns. Now, I don't know how Dallas picked up that I'm good at western. He was an agent before he was a novelist, and I think he's probably just good at spotting that kind of thing. I am good at writing western. I love the dialogue. So Dallas would say to me, you should write a screenplay based on one of my westerns. Relatively recently, after Dallas died, last year, I don't know, the year before, I looked it up and found that he only ever published one western. One. So when he said to me, one of my westerns, he was in part referring to unpublished work that I would presumably have access to if I were to write a screenplay based on it. And that is fucking with me. I mean, obviously, apparently I fucked up. apparently there's like 3 different times that Dallas was standing there ready to tell me to email me an unpublished Western so I could adapt it for the screen because nobody wanted to publish the prose version, and I never took him up on it. I never said the follow-up thing. Yeah, anyway, that haunts me. Uh, I mean, Dallas being deceased, he was from an older generation than mine. I knew at some point it was likely that he would be deceased when I'm not. But the thing with the westerns that really fucks with me.